Hello friends, this video on electromagnetic induction part 16 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 15 before going ahead with part 16. So now it is time to discuss about something called back EMF. Back EMF plays a very important role. So what is this back EMF? The self-induced EMF is also known as back EMF. Why? Because as I mentioned before, the self-induced EMF, it tries to oppose the current which is flowing through the circuit. So it tries to oppose the growth of current. That is why it is called back EMF. Right? Because back EMF means it tries to bring back something. So it tries to bring back the growth of current. That is why the self-induced EMF is also called back EMF, because it opposes the change in current. Now, since it opposes the change in current, so therefore the current needs to do work against back EMF in order to do that change. For example, let us suppose we have a circuit where current is increasing. Now current is increasing. Because of that increase in current, there is a magnetic flux. Because of that flux change, there is an induced EMF. Now this induced EMF tries to decrease the value of current. It tries to reduce the current. Now if the current still wants to increase, then the current will have to do some work against that back EMF. So current will have to do some work against that back EMF, and only then it can grow, right? So this work which is done by the current against back EMF is stored as magnetic potential energy. So this is an important concept again. So in case of self-induction, what happens in a coil, there is a current flow. So there is an increase in current. Now as the value of current increases from 0 to some value, what is happening? There is a change in magnetic flux. Because of that change in magnetic flux, there is an induced EMF. So that induced EMF will try to oppose the change which caused it. So that induced EMF will try to oppose the change in current. So now if the current still wants to have that change, then the current will have to do some work against the back EMF. So this work which is done by the current is stored as magnetic potential energy. So how can we calculate this work done? We can say that this work done is stored as magnetic potential energy. Now we can say that work done per unit time is equal to the induced EMF, which is nothing. Induced EMF is nothing but it is analogous to potential difference, right? So we know that work done per unit time, that is power, is equal to, we already know this, right? Power is equal to V into I. V is the potential difference, I is the current. So in this case, we can say dW by dt, that is work done per unit time, is equal to the EMF developed, that is E, into the current which was flowing through the circuit. So from this, we can say that dW by dt is equal to, what is this EMF developed? EMF developed can be written as L di by dt. That is what we derived, right? We told that the induced EMF, the self-induced EMF rather, is equal to minus L di by dt, right? So we can write it as L di by dt into I. Now from this we can write dW is equal to L I di. Now if we integrate both sides, so if you integrate this from 0 to I, when current increases, because initially the switch is not closed, right? The circuit was open. So once you switch it on, so the current value increases from 0 to some value I. So you can say that for the current to increase from some value 0 to some value I, the work done will be equal to L into I square by 2, 0 to I. So you can say W is equal to half Li square. So this is the work done. So this is the work done, that work that needs to be done by the current against the back EMF in order to grow. Now if you look at this, it will look analogous to what you have studied as kinetic energy, which is equal to half mv square in your mechanics. So if you compare this expression with this, you will see that your self-inductance acts as inertia or mass, right? So what is the purpose of inertia? Inertia always tries to bring the object back to its, it always have a tendency to bring the object to its original position, right? Similarly here, the current is flowing, there the object is moving with some velocity, right? So it is kind of similar to what we study as kinetic energy in mechanics. So I hope you understood the concept of back EMF. Also, another point to be noted is I derived the expression for self-inductance of a long solenoid, right? So here I have assumed that the core is made up of air. Now in case the core is made up of some material which has permittivity mu, if it is not air, in that case your inductance, self-inductance will become mu n square A divided by L, which is equal to mu naught mu R n square A divided by L. So this was all about induction and self-inductance. So I think now you are confident that how you will calculate self-inductance, and you also understood the logic behind the phenomenon of self-induction, how self-induction occurs, what is self-induced EMF, why is self-induced EMF known as back EMF, and what is magnetic potential energy. That means what is the work done, what is the work done involved in case of self-induction, and what is the significance of this work done, right? Okay, so now thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.